it leads up to, there's a lot of introductory material, leads up to a translation of a 500-year-old text on meditation. So it's very interesting. I'll explain it. And
the rabbi also has a siddur that it's on the iPad already.
iPhone and
iPad. Well, what's the siddur about in a nutshell?
The idea of I should make it very short. It's a long story. It's kind of a life project to translate the prayers in a way to break through the problem of most translations and to make it alive, to make it real, to add things into the prayers that helps the person really get connected, not put us at a distance from Hashem, but allow us to feel that we're actually speaking to the Creator, to the one who makes us and who gives us life, and to make that real. So I have 3 Siddurim that I've done, which is Ashkenaz, Sfard, and Sephardi, and the 4th one will be a Kabbalah Siddur in English and Hebrew with good graphics, which will give a little bit even deeper and more meditative level. That's my dream, that's my life's work, is translating the book in a way that they could be hopeful to gaining a new level of consciousness of Hashem because of the time we're living in and the need of every single person I meet who tells me that it's very hard to pray. So in order, it's a dream to make a siddur that will be given away in the thousands and to kind of flood the market with a new type of siddur. So it began by these guys from Rusty Brick, 3 brothers, and they have the Hebrew siddur on.
I know them. They do all the software. These guys.
And they asked me to do the translation, so I did it. So that's the beginning, and now I'm do the Shabbat, and then I'll bring it out as a book.
They do tons of software, Jewish software for Android. They're all over the place on the Android system. Yeah.
So, God willing. Anyway, this is not a night to try and sell anything. It's a night just to take advantage of the of getting together. So I wanted to do one more song, but let's wait for that. And I want to meet with you here in this book on page 29 for the moment. Just skip to there. I have pages here. Who doesn't have a book? I made some extra Xeroxes. I have 29 and 30. So I have to actually basically collate them. This is 29 and this is 30. So we'll do it like this.
I thought the Kadosh HaKadoshim, the Kohen Gadol, had to do the spices, the incense. Didn't he have to do on Yom Kippur the incense that one day? So wasn't that in Kadosh HaKadoshim? So you have just the Aron HaKodesh. So where was the incense from?
No, the incense was taken in. See, it's such an amazing thing how the Beis Hamikdash works. He would take the coals from the outer altar
what do you mean?
and usually put incense on it and put it onto the incense altar. On Yom Kippur, he would take that incense on those coals and bring them into the Holy of Holies and put them right on the floor. And the place would fill. Actually, it's a machloket. It's when to light it, when to put the incense on the coals. Not there right now, but whether you put them on, I think the Tzedukim said put it on before when you go in, and the Chachamim said put it in there in the Holy of Holies, and then put the incense on there, and the Holy of Holies becomes filled with. He does a few things in the Holy of Holies on Yom Kippur.
I have a few questions also. You want to hold questions for later?
No, ask them now so I see where we're going here.
Okay.
Anybody else want pages?
I can hear you.
Okay, now what's the question?
I have no idea. I'll hold it for later. I want you to keep going.
Okay, so what I want to is...
Maybe we'll hold questions for later, write them down.
You'll see, it depends. We'll try and build something up. This little booklet it starts with this out of nowhere. I mean, I didn't even write an introduction. It's not a booklet to be sold yet. It's a booklet to be used in a setting like this. So the first page is this. Why there's 5 levels, right? It's clear there's 5 levels here. That's like a whole thing that comes out later. The point here is that there's the low level and the high level. The low level here is called the moment. And most people's moment is very small and very limited. It's very squished between the past and the present, between the past and the future. We're usually thinking about the past or we're thinking about the future. The present is so swift, we can't even catch it. But if that's the kind of present, if that's the meaning of present, then it's ridiculous. There's no way to live in the present. What we have to do is to drive a wedge into the present and spread it out a little bit and have it run, and realize the present is not just the seconds on the watch going by. The present is something much bigger than that. The present is what holds time, the eternal present. So I do it here in a vertical array is that we have to go up and imagine ourselves up in eternity, looking down at ourselves. I want you to do that actually for a moment with your eyes closed, is go up above this building, above this house and this building, and look down on this city, and then see this room that we're all in here, and see each one of us as vaguely as you, or as clearly as you can, but the main thing is focus on the person that is you. Now, it really needs, basically it really needs a little bit of breathing beforehand to get into a particular type of quiet place, and then to project your seeing ability above yourself so you can actually see yourself. And with practice you can actually see yourself, and you can go and look at yourself from the back, from the front, from the sides, and from above. So for the moment, even if it doesn't come in clear visually, but I want you to sense yourselves, each one of us here, individually, to sense what it's like to look at myself from above. And I'll just give you 2 ideas of how to do that. One is the general idea is that we actually will be in eternity someday. We will be out of this little bubble called this life, Olam Hazeh, and we'll look down. What? Olam Haba. We're going to look down and we're going to see everything that we ever did, and sometimes we'll go, oi, I wish I would have, I wish I would have, I wish I would have. And then we'll see a moment that we say, I'm so happy I lived that moment. I'm so happy, thank you Hashem, for allowing me to be down that world down there, and mamish to be able to really do that, whatever it was. I want to be able to have a lot of moments like that. I want to be able to look back and look down on this lifetime and say, I'm so happy that I had that moment. I'm so happy that I had that moment. So you can make this moment into one of those moments. So the secret of that is to stand outside of myself and to I should say a little bit differently. See, I have something that came to me once, really so strong that it changed my whole life. A lot of us have a lot of problems, questions, dilemmas, the Holocaust, collective suffering, individual suffering, my own suffering, particular things that happened to me, or the way I grew up, or what I didn't have when I was growing up, and why I became the way I became. These are questions. Who's going to answer those questions? The Creator, Hashem. I'm going to ask Him questions. I'm going to say to Him, like Avraham Avinu said